from those joints.
You were also on the Friday After Next soundtrack as well, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. That was dope. And we did that. We did that song with the East Siders. You know what I mean? In California.
Ah,
We did me and Goldie Loc. We did our verses in New York City in Unique Studios, and then we flew out. It's just going to be me and Goldie Loc on that song at first. You know what I mean? But after we made the record, that shit was so dope. Then Lee called me. He's like, "Yo, what you think about Trey D getting on this shit?" I'm like, "Fuck it, why not?" You know what I mean? It'd be dope. So we flew out to Cali. Man, we had the time of our lives, man. We went out to Cali for a week. We was in Larrabee Studios in California. It was a dope ass studio. They had like arcade, video games and shit. Fill a refrigerator full of food and shit. Hella Cali bud. And we was just chilling out there. You feel me? And the vibes was just amazing. We playing basketball. We playing basketball outside the studio. You know what I mean? Barbecuing and shit. It was so dope, man. Then we actually did another song, but that didn't get released. We did a song with Cocaine from the West Coast. I don't know if you heard of him. Real.
yeah, I interviewed him about 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that nigga is dope, man. Shout out to Cocaine. So that
Yeah.
nigga Cocaine, we did a song with him, Taz. It was me, him, Tash, and my man Cardi. And he was also signed to True Criminal, 151 Proof. And yo, man, we had a ball doing the song. The song is called Sex, Drugs, Alcohol, and Lies. And yo, shout out to Fred Reck, the producer Fred Reck from the West Coast. One of the dopest producers I ever worked with. For real, because yo, in the studio with him, it was amazing because, man, he'll have a beat playing and he asked me, yo, you think this is dope? And I'll be like, yeah, it's dope. But he'll just keep adding and adding and adding dope shit. And it was like, he had guitar players coming to the studio, niggas playing the bongos and shakers. And I never seen a producer do that. I seen producers on their MP and chop shit up, slice shit up. But
Right.
dude actually had production. He had a whole production and everything, no samples. Everything was, and if it was a sample, it was played over. Everything was crispy and live, and that made me appreciate music more too. Like, yo, man, wow, that's dope. And he was kind of expensive at first. I kind of talked to Lee like, yo, you sure you want to pay that amount of money? But I'm glad he did because, yo, it was so much worth it. So shout out to Fred Reck. Anybody that ever get to work with Fred Reck, work with him. Duke is fire. And he be having that Cali bud. Word up. Straight up and
Yeah.
down. Got that. Yo, he had the mayonnaise. They had the mayonnaise jars in there, man, of the fire. Like, it was, I love Cali, man. Shout out to Cali. Cali is the shit. Word
Absolutely.
word
Can
is-
you you don't have to tell us exactly how much you make, but can you tell us and break down that deal with New Line Cinema? Like, how does it work to get a song on the soundtrack and paid? Do you still get paid to this day, or was it was one and done?
I still get paid to this day, but it's not as much as when the albums first came out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like when
okay.
it first came out, I keep it real. The first check I got for the soundtrack, like Final Destination, I got $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Up front. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I would get checks like every 6 months. You know what I'm saying? $1,000, 500. You know what I'm saying? 1,500. You know, as we get older, shit dies down. Sometimes you have a good run because sometimes you like Elf. They got the Christmas specials and shit like that, and that's when they're gonna be playing Elf worldwide. So in your head you can say, okay, a decent check is coming. You feel me? But it's like waiting on babies, like you say. Like nowadays, it's like, oh shit, I'm not thinking about it. But when it comes, like, oh shit, I got a $300 publishing check. Shit, it ain't much, but it's something. It's like a money I'm not banking on. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah. So that's how it works with that, really. Like as shit died down, the checks get a little lower. You know what I mean? But if it's a good run and it's buzzing, it goes up. The more play. Now, what I would have did differently nowadays, I would have got more of a percentage and I would have got more points. You know what I mean? If I knew the business like how I knew it now. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I would have worked that out a certain way, I probably wouldn't have to, work as hard as I'm working right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm still thankful to be a part of it. you know what I mean? And be able to say, you know, I was a part of history. You feel me? And I'm just praying for more great moments and knowing that when I get that next shot, I know how to handle it and I know how to use it. You know what I mean? Make sure I get my money's worth from it. You feel me?
Right. Around this time, it looks like you're getting exposed to much wider audiences. I mean, Rush Hour 2, Final Destination. Your name is probably really buzzing at this time. What is going on with New Line Cinema and our labels coming at you at this point?
Oh, nah. Well, I was basically locked in with New Line. You know, I was working on my album, you know what I'm saying, which was coming out dope now on my album. Again, I had Buck Wild, Just Blaze, man, who else, man? I had all the dope people, man.
Let me interrupt you for a minute. Did you get to keep that album from Sony, or did you have to go back and record a whole new album by the time you got to New Line?
Nah, I didn't. Honestly, I didn't keep the masters. I didn't get to keep the masters, but I still did something with it. You know, I did what I had. I did, you know, word. You feel me? But I don't own the masters to them. You feel me? But I got access. I know somebody that has them. You know what I'm saying? I got access to people. And in the future, I'm working on getting them. You know what I mean? That's a plan in my head. Getting the masters to them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as New Line go, I started working on that album, and it was coming out dope. It was crazy. You know, it was anticipated. You feel me? True Criminal, before they put my album out, they had this compilation album called the Anti-Backpack Movement. You know what I mean? And that had a lot of underground artists on it. You know what I mean? A lot of like Queens artists on it. Because a lot of people thought I was originally from Queens. I grew up in Queens, but I'm from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I'm from Queens too. Like, you know what I mean? Because I spent half my life there. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, it was like a lot of Queens artists on it. It was dope, but it didn't do what it was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And fucking New Line, mind you, I only had like 2 songs on that album. That was, you know, it was a compilation album. You know what I'm saying? But they put that out first before my album because I guess they wanted to, like, you know, build up some bread for the label or something, or build up some more buzz. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't do well, and you know, basically New Line pulled the plug. You feel me? And I was damn near like 2 songs away from being done with my album. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy, and people was feeling it, and it was just like, it was dope, man. Like, everything was in place. And then once that happened, it was like, yo, my budget was frozen. You know what I'm saying? So, and me, at first when they telling me this, I'm like, I'm not really understanding it. Like, I'm thinking like, nah, call New Line. They gonna send some money. Like, somebody, you feel me? Like, nah, it's like frozen. Like, what's going on? Like, I thought they was loving the album. I thought it was fire. Like, it's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm even trying to get in contact with New Line. Like, yo, maybe I should just try to deal with them or something. I didn't understand that True Criminal was signed to New Line. You feel me? They signed the label. You know what I'm saying? I'm signed to True Criminal. You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't get that back then, but now I get the whole system. You know what I'm saying? And then once that went left, man, yeah, I went back into a depressive state, and I was just, struggling and trying to find my way. But I was still doing my thing on the underground, still doing features, doing shows, mixing it up. I was still, you know what I mean? But I was going through a rough patch because I didn't have that major system behind me. You know, I didn't have the investments behind me and all that. And luckily, you know, for me, you know, I had a friend that bought Pro Tools. That's when Pro Tools started going around, you know what I'm saying? And I had a roommate around that time that bought Pro Tools, and that's how I was able to record and still keep recording and doing mixtapes and stuff like that. And that kept me going throughout that rough patch, man, because I really was on the verge of really give that. And when I think about it, that was around 2004. That's when I was really on the verge of really giving up, because it was just, you know, a lot of bullshit I was going through around that time. And, you know, I didn't have a job back then. I did music for years. I made money off music. That was my hustle. So when I had to, you know, work and do certain things, that shit was like, it was rough for me. Like, you feel me? Because I'm like, right. I'm used to being in the studio, smoking my weed, paying my bills, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not used to fucking taking out garbage and fucking sweeping floors and this and that and the third. But, you know what happened? You know, it made me a man. It built my integrity. It built my strength. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I went through that. You know what I'm saying? It showed me certain things. I know what a hard day's work is. You know what I'm saying? So back then I didn't know what a hard day's work. I knew what a hard days of rhyming is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now I look at it like, yo, if I could do that all over again, I would have worked too. I would have worked and did that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wouldn't have been on some, yo, I'm gonna just rap it out and I'm a superstar and I'm a rap. No, I'm a rap. I'm gonna fucking do construction. I'm a hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, the average millionaire has 7 different hustles. You know what I'm saying? And that probably would have made my music better because it's like, now I'm not just rhyming and asking the label or hoping I get paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got my own paper. I could say, nah, I'm not doing this song like this. I don't feel like it. All right, y'all don't like it? All right, I'm still going to go to dinner with my family and go to movies and pay my rent on time. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have, that's what it taught me in this game. You got to have different hustles. Don't depend on the game.
Right. No doubt. You spoke a little bit about that Eminem tour, but we never did get into how you landed on that tour. I mean, M probably could have picked 1 million people to go on tour with. What was it about you that you think he liked and wanted you to go on that tour?
Well, what really happened was, shout out to Riggs Morales. He was a manager. He was my manager at that time. And it was a company called Goliath Artists. Shout out to Paul Rosenberg. And they managed Cypress Hill, Exhibit, Ludacris, and I think somebody else. You know what I mean? So Riggs, basically, that's how I got in the Source too. Shout out to Riggs. You know what I mean? Riggs basically was working at the Source. You know what I'm saying? And my music would come through there, and he'd be like, "Yo, this kid is nice," or whatever. And he actually got me in the 2K. They had a thing in the Source where it was like the next big artist for the millennium. It was me, Royce the 5'9", Nelly, True Life, couple of other artists, Detroit Diamond, I think, couple of other artists. But I had a big spread in the Source. You know what I'm saying? And that was in 2000 and shit. You know what I mean? And basically, that was courtesy of Riggs. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, as time go on, Riggs gets this gig at Goliath. You know what I'm saying? He's like Paul Rosenberg's protege. You know what I'm saying? And basically, when Lee Resnick got the deal with True Criminal, Riggs, used to come to our studio sessions and shit and be like, yo, this shit is dope. You know what I mean? For real, like, yo, F, you dope. You one of the illest, blah, blah, blah. So one day, Skills comes to me and says, yo, how you feel about Riggs being your manager? So I'm like, all right. I said, yo, I think that's dope because he always looks out, like putting us in the Source and, you know what I mean? I said, yo, let's give him a shot. You know what I mean? And when I thought about it, I said, yo, okay, Goliath management. I'm not signed to Shady, but maybe I could get the Eminem leftovers. You feel what I'm saying? And I was like, that's all I really need coming into the game. You feel me? Just for a start, because as a new artist, you want to get through that first album. You want your first album, so you can get that next budget. That's what I was worried about. I'm like, yo, my album just got to be dope enough to get another one. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. So we do the joint with Goliath, and then at that point, that's when Riggs was going to Paul with the idea of, hey, how about FT, being on the tour with them, and but the situation is, only thing that was rough for me is I wasn't signed to Shady, so a lot of benefits that they got on tour, whatever, or I didn't get those benefits because I was with New Line Records. You feel what I'm saying? So basically, I wanted to be on 50 dates instead of 5 dates. You know what I'm saying? But New Line didn't have it in the budget. You know what I'm saying? So when we ride around and we got 2 SUVs. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we might stay at a hotel or whatever. Whereas we could have been on fucking tour bus, 50 shows, doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? But it was just the situation I was in as far as, my company being, you know, just a partner, not me actually being on Shady. You feel me? So I had to learn all this the hard way. Like when all this was happening, I would just be like upset about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like even the way I'm explaining it now, I probably wouldn't have explained it that way years ago. I probably just, you know what I mean? But
Right.
for the most part, I'm grateful. You know, I wish things could have went a little better. But that's only because I didn't know the business and I didn't know it how I know it now. You know what I mean? So, but the thing that's what happened with the whole Goliath situation. You feel me? And it was dope. It was dope though. That was the benefit of being a part of that system. You know what I mean? I was able to be on some Green Lantern mixtapes. They managed Green Lantern too. Shout out to Green Lantern. He used to put me on the mixtapes, and that kept me rocking. You know what I mean? But the whole thing with that got me upset is when the New Line shit went left. You know what I mean? That they went left too. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I was kind of lost after that. You know what I mean? I was thinking to myself, damn man, like a lot of people that used to show me love, being that I wasn't signed to those situations no more, the energy was different. So where I see them in the studio or somewhere, yo, what up, F? Yo, I got this, I got that. Come over here, come over there. Or now you see people, yo, what up? Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, oh, they must have heard. They must have heard I ain't, you know. Then, you know, I'm going to keep it real. Sometimes you have falling outs with people, you know what I'm saying? But now, like I said, my emotions is different. My mind is different. My vibe is different. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a more confident place when it comes to making music. You know what I mean? Even though it's my life, I love music. Music is my life. But it is more than life than music, too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have, if you got your life together, your music will be better. You know what I mean? And that shit rhymes, so you know it's true.
Right.
Word.
You talked about New Line pulling the plug. The album was almost done. I think 2 songs away. You hit a rough patch. At what point did FT find its footing and continue? Can you catch us up what you've been up to all these years and how'd you get into engineering and everything? And just catch us up on what you've been up to.
Yo, man, I've been in the lab a lot, man. I just locked in, you know what I mean? I'm in my little studio right now, you know what I'm saying? Then I got a lot of friends that got studios. It's different now because everybody got a studio. It's easy to record. It's easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got it, you know what I mean? So it's different now. But me, after that happened, you know what I mean? I went through my struggles, and I just kept rocking, man. I kept doing features and working with different people. It's so many. I'm trying to put it all together in my head. I got to look at a list or something. But I work with a lot of different people, and I started making beats, getting into production heavy. You know what I mean? And what else? What else I started doing? Like, I still was doing shows. You know, shout out to Infinity Gauntlet, you know what I'm saying? BK, Red Eye, Shabir, Sadiq, El Gaunt. You know, we did a few songs together, a few videos, you know what I mean? And shout out to Music Man, you know what I'm saying? We don't work together no more, but we used to work together. We used to do a lot of work together. You feel me? And that's about it, man. I just kept grinding, man. I started making beats. It took me a while to get nice. I use Reason, though. You feel me? I started using the Pro Tools and recording. You know what I mean? Learning it every day. And I just became a beast. Started recording on just still doing my thing, man. Who else I work with, man? I work with Sean Price. I work with all kind of people, man. It's
Self-titled?
Self-titled. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. Rugged Man, Afro, Snow Goons. Damn. I did a song with Fred the Godson and Good.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah, that joint is fire, man. I can't wait till people hear that. I did a lot of songs, man. Bunch of them, man. Some of them that ain't even out yet, you know what I mean? But I got a new project. Yo, shout out to my man, Olis Foru and Sun Bronx. You know what I mean? We got a group called Loud Panic. And that album is done. It's coming soon. You know what I'm saying? It's a blend of hip hop, rock, surf music, blues. It's ill. It's ill. All live instrumentation. You know what I mean? And it's dope, man. It's a short album. It's 10-piece. You know what I mean? but it's straight heat. It's straight heat. Word is born. Can't wait. And the videos is, I ain't gonna spill the beans though. I ain't gonna spill the beans, but the videos is gonna be crazy. You feel me? And I'm also working on a solo project called From Now On. You know what I mean? And I'm producing that. My man Vargo. Shout out to my man Delta, my engineer Bumpy Johnson. You feel me? Smoke Screen. That's my team right there. You know what I mean? We coming with some fire, straight up and down. Straight up. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Any plans on releasing any old material from the vault?
Oh yeah, actually, I'm glad you asked that, man. I got on iTunes, on every digital streaming platform right now. Everybody watching, follow me on iTunes. No, add me on iTunes. Follow me on Spotify. You know what I mean? And every other platform you want. I got the Streetsmartz, all the classics. You know what I mean? 7 joints. You know what I mean? It's a banger. Also, y'all want Don't Trust Anyone. Y'all want Metal Things. Y'all want John F. Hennessy. Y'all want World is a Ghetto. Y'all want Problems. Ain't No Burner. It's out right now. All on one joint. All the classics on Apple Music and every other digital streaming platform. And we also got more classics. You know what I mean? That's another project that's on all digital streaming platforms. And that joint got Effortless on it. It got a joint with me and Sean Price, me, Fat Joe, and Nature, Metal Things Part 2. You know what I mean? That's on there. The joint with the East Siders is on there. So it's basically like I put the album out myself. You feel me? I put them out myself. You know what I'm saying? And I did it my way. You know, even though it was years later, people still, you know, for the people, the diehard fans that really want to hear that and you hungry for dope music, it's out there right now. You know what I mean? Just type in Streetsmartz with a Z. You feel me? And then it's another project. I got another project I put out called Even More Classics. So all the old joints, I put the classic stamp on it because that's like the raw form of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell my friends I'm like a Marvel character. I'm like Nightcrawler. I don't have mad comic books. I only got like 4 comic books. But when you see me, you be like, oh shit, Nightcrawler. You feel me? So that's how I compare myself when it comes to the universe of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So for those that know, they know. You know what I'm saying? They know. They be like, oh, FT is fucking dope. Like you. Thank you, my brother, for rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You know real hip hop and you appreciate the art form. You know about shock value and the impact and you know what I mean? So that's the thing about that, man.
Absolutely. Before we get out of here, how does FT feel about the state of hip hop in 2021?
Yo, man, it's dope. It's dope, man. I ain't even going front. It's fun. You know what I mean? I like listening to the new artists, man. I like, shout out to 5-Year Foreign, Rowdy Rebel. I like they shit. They shit is dope. I like all the young boys. They shit is dope. But only thing I don't like right now is it's all about your numbers. Like you could be the dopest motherfucker, and you know if your numbers ain't up, you could it's a chance you're gonna get overlooked. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. If your numbers ain't up, like me, I'm sure like people go to my page, they probably be like, yo, this shit is dope. But you know, you might look at my numbers and be like, oh, okay, he got 3,000 and change. But you know, it's that's the only thing I don't like about it. Like you gotta have your shit, you know what I mean? Or else grind it out. You feel me? Me, you know, my blessing is that people like you that really know the core of hip hop, you know what I mean? That's what keeps me around. You feel me? And ears still tuned in, listening for what I'm gonna come with next. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I put out all the classics. And I don't want to be known as an artist that's just keep putting out old shit and living off that old, because you know it's not me. I just got a lot of new music and I want to put it out the right way. You know what I'm saying? And being that without that financial backing, sometimes it slow you up. But now it's different. Now you can, you know, now I know Photoshop. Now I know how to deal with Apple Music and you feel me? Now I got my own bank accounts and starting my own businesses and things like that. So now that's what I love about it now. It's like all you got to do is just you could put your joint out. You know what I'm saying? Now my whole thing is quality over quantity. That's what it is. Because you could put your joint out, but if it's in a sloppy manner, you know what I mean? It's like you might not make that impact. Because you could have an artist that's trash, but his quality is dope. And you keep seeing his quality, then you start falling in love with that artist. Because you like, yo, the nigga can't rap, but his style is ill. Like, yo, you feel me? So that's how it be. You know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
that's fucking dope, but they just ain't present their shit right. You know what I mean? I had to learn that too after I left the majors. You know what I'm saying? Like some music I put out or some videos I did, I only did them out of hunger, you know what I'm saying, and desperation, because it was like, you know, but now I realize that, you know, I needed that bread. I'm like, yo, I need money, I need something, I gotta keep put something. But sometimes it's good to just chill until you can get, you know what I'm saying? It's good to chill until you can get right and put out the quality. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the look. You know what I mean? Right nowadays, you want to present yourself properly. Because I look at my records now and things I do, my videos, even my page, as classic pieces. You know what I'm saying? I don't post a lot because, you know, I used to post shit, my little quotes and shit like that, and you know what I'm saying? But I had to learn, yo, you got to post quality pics. So now when people, all right, they ain't here for me in a long time, but when they do go to my page, it's me in the flesh spitting. You know what I mean? Even though you can hear a bunch of my songs, but it's actually me performing my art. Like it says, artist, producer, creative designer. That's what you're going to see on my page. You know what I mean?
Very dope. FT, I want to thank you for everything you've done for the culture. Thank you for still being around, making quality music. We've been rooting for you since the 90s, so I'm glad to have this moment with you and give you your flowers. Before we get out of here, is there any message you'd like to leave your long-term supporters?
Yo, thanks a lot, man. Thank you for having me, my brother. God bless you. I appreciate the energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy I got to work with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad this one is in the history books. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all my true supporters that never gave up on me and still rocking with me. I know it's been a minute, but the next stuff you're going to hear from me, everything is going to be brand new. You know what I mean? A lot of it produced by me. A lot of it produced by other great people. But I still got it. I'm still dope. I'm still at it. I'm current. I'm a hip-hop chameleon. I got different styles, different flavors. You know what I mean? And I produce also. So get at me. Hit me. Inbox me if you want some beats. You need somebody to write a song for you. You know what I'm saying? You need a hook. You need a verse. Let me know. I'm a musician. You need a melody. Holla at me. FT Streetsmartz. At FT Streetsmartz. And we on Facebook. Standout FT. You know what I mean? Winston George. Look, shout out for my brand. Oh, thank you, man. My brand, Winston George. My clothing line. This shirt I got on right here.
Oh, you know, dope.
My clothing line and shit. You feel me?
Right. Where can supporters find that at?
Oh, yeah. Just inbox me on Instagram at FT Streetsmartz or at Winston George Music. You feel me? That's where you can get the gear at. I'm working on it. Yo, I got some fire flavors coming out too. Straight up and down. Word. For real, fan.
Let's not let this be the last time we speak. The next time you got some new product out, let's come back and do it all over again. Like I said, thank you so much for the opportunity. This has been episode 138. I'm the journalist Sin-seer. That's the legendary FT. Thank you so much, FT.
Thank you, my brother. Peace.
No doubt. Peace. See you again soon.
Peace. 100.
That was the legendary FT Streetsmartz. If you missed any part of this interview, be sure to log on right after I get off of here in a few moments. We'll go back and take a look at that. So a lot more coming up in the future. Appreciate everybody for rocking with me. I hope you guys have a good weekend, great Memorial Day, and I'll see you again in the near future. Peace.